for the upcoming month, I cleaned out one of the spare bedrooms so I can set up my Minas Tirith project in it and work on it for the upcoming month. So last week I finished more or less texturing the rock. The walls are partially ready as well. They have some foam coating on them as well, and with that being done, we have the rough shape and a good idea of the area that lies in between the two walls. Let me show you. So you see we have a large area that we have to fill with all kinds of buildings. So the next step is to actually come up with some kind of layout. You see, I did do some sketching on the foam, but when you make mistakes, it's a bit confusing if you have too many lines. So I will do the following. I will use pen, paper, cut some basic shapes and make a layout. Actually, I already did it. So I will set up my camera and I will show you what I've done so far. So here is the first possible layout. Sheets of paper that define the actual base of each structure. And as of now, I do not have a clue what these lines, structures will be, buildings will be. Sure, while doing this, I think about possible structures like, will it be a house? Will it be a tower? Will it be high? Will it be low? So just to give you a few examples, the one on the top, that both will be houses, but that one will be a bit higher, so I can conceal part of the seam where the two rock parts come together. The number 3 here along the wall is a house as well, but I think it will stick out slightly over the wall, because here we have a building that is actually on the rock, a tower, an octagonal tower, I think. Now number 4, when I look at the composition and see all the high buildings behind this area, that's a perfect spot for a tower, so I think 4 could be a tower, a house, and this is fun because here we have a high elevation, a medium or middle elevation, and there's a low elevation. So this is a house that has different heights. It goes over the edge, so to speak. And number 7, well, since this wall here has a here it stops, here 2 parts come together, this will be one section with a high part partially sticking over the wall, again to conceal the seam. 8, I think that would be that could be some kind of maybe a square, just a round square with a fountain on it. And I think this is fun as well. This is quite a big house. Again, I think it will get over the wall, it will stick out, and the building 9 is partially built into the tower, and the strip you see, I think, will be a bridge that goes over from that house towards the tower somewhere here with a door. It sounds ridiculous, I don't care, I think it's fun. And again, a very big thing, but here I think this could be yet again a big house. We see difference in elevation, but I think this section in the middle could be some kind of huge gate where the road goes through. Now we have quite some height to cover, so mostly on the sides you will see a lot of staircases going. But in all, I have roughly 12 projects here laying within these walls. So for now that's more than enough. So the next thing for me to do is simply take all these sheets and cut big blocks of foam, put them again on their spots within the wall, and well, hopefully I get inspiration from that, seeing it in 3D, and from there I move on. Okay, on to the next bit. A few days ago I started making all these templates with the red edges, numbers in it, and in total I came up with roughly 11-12 structures within this area. Just templates. It doesn't say anything about what the building will look like in the end, if it will be a house, a tower, or whatever, or even a square. But the fun thing is that while thinking about this layout, I already start thinking about how possible structures could look like. And actually it's quite simple. Once I have a building in my head, I simply start with that building, and while while building it, I already start thinking about the possible building opposite from that one or beside it, so it evolves. The next step is replacing these templates with big blocks, and yesterday I did some cutting and made a lot of blocks to actually, I can show you, to actually transform these templates into blocks. So I leave the templates on the surface and just put the blocks, I put them on. And now you will see it starts to look more 3D. And again, the templates already help me focusing, or yeah, helping me to get images in my head of how something could look like. But now that there are blocks, it will be even clearer. So yeah. So for instance, obviously these are houses, and this block is partially in the way of that block. I will narrow that one down. I want to extend this big buttress. Looks cool. A house, obviously, because here I will build a few buildings in and on this hillside. So this should be a tower. And I also have to think about some ways to get up the wall. So I'm not sure, something will be happening over here. This building's on the edge of this elevation. So this is the highest elevation, this is the middle elevation. But I can imagine this building going down, maybe some buttresses that will go down to this level. And as you can see here, maybe, not sure if you can see it, here's the seam. I want to conceal it, so that's why I built a building in front. And again, I want to make sure that this line isn't as straight as it is, so I will be adding some building elements to that it flows from one level to another. Okay, I have a big circle here, and I think this is a very low elevation. This will be a square of some sort. a building that goes partially in this tower. I think this will be 2 buildings. I'm not sure. I think you will not see it because of the angle of the camera. And this is a fun thing. This building will absolutely stick out on the wall. This building as well. So we have one sticking out, one sticking out. We have something on the wall built here. So that's nice. And actually, between the tower and this building, now it looks like some kind of obstacle or wall, but no, it will be a lot higher. This will be a big bridge going from this wall to somewhere here with a large archway. So, the final building, quite a big one. It's a chunky block, but again, I can already visualize that. First of all, I can go around the building on either side, but I will actually, the main way will be a slope, no stairs, slope, so you can move with a cart or with horses without taking steps. So underneath this house there will be a tunnel or opening or gate, so that goes up, but there will also be a lot of stairs. So here we have the center. You can go by stairs on either side. You are forced to go under this big arch. You come onto the square, and then again you have on this side you have stairs. On that side the road continues. Now the road has to be a specific width, so I may be altering a bit here still. And then there is this other square. Now this is a very chunky block again, sitting in the middle. I think it will be some kind of tower, but with a very open structure. So maybe a market hall underneath with a tower on top. Yeah. So yeah, a lot of elevation, a lot of little things where you can move around. Yeah, really looks like fun. Very pleased with the work so far. Again, I will focus on this part first, these 2 sections, up until the end of the year. Let's see around late December where I'm at concerning this part of the build. To be continued.